Greetings. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all gonna get this word. So y'all know we have been incorporating yoga stretches or practices while we have been navigating through going within and with balancing our chakras. So today we're about to do a few yoga positions that help align and balance your root chakra. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. I don't know why I feel like I've already said that, but before we begin, I'm going to tap us in by cleansing the energy with the sound bowl. I'm going to do 4 taps. The 4 taps represent me cleansing the 4 elements of water, air, fire, and earth. So let me get this set up here. You can see me. Now you'll get the gist. Yeah, don't judge me if I'm asking. So the first pose we're going to do is the mountain pose. And remember, we're going to hold it for 10 deep breaths. Breathing in through our nose and exhaling through our mouths. shade. The next one I want us to do is the chair pose. I think your arms are supposed to be up like this, and you're supposed to be basically like you're sitting down. Now shade. The next one is, I don't know what this one is called, but I know it's you do it on the floor. Laying down on your back. Legs straight out, arms flat. Shade. Yeah, I really want to learn how to perfect. I'm talking about learn, perfect. I know I'm not doing this right. I think it's called a garland pose. And my feet supposed to be flat down on the ground, but for today's sake, it's gonna be like this. Shade. And the last one we're gonna do, I don't know, I forgot what it's called. You're gonna stand up straight. It's gonna bend straight over. Shay. Okay, let me come back here. I grabbed the decks I want to pull from today. How's everybody feeling? I don't know if I like this angle. So before I begin, the journal prompt for today is, what tools and skills do you use to get you through tough situations? What tools and skills do you use to get you through tough situations? So, I've already done, I think I did shrooms on my birthday. I was live. I don't think I took them live, but I told everyone I was on shrooms. So I've been tapping into shrooms lately, and of course you can tell these big ass, black ass lips that I smoke. I smoke weed. And I have been telling myself, like, I need to, like, take a break with smoking weed because I do not fuck with how my lips are getting so black. So I'm trying to exfoliate them and get them back to what they need to be because I'm not with this look. However, with everything, and I'm not utilizing this as an excuse, but this is what I have concluded. With everything I have going on with my kids, the house, the car, my job, just everything at this moment, weed is calming. It is, and I compared it to how people like get on Xanax or Xanax, whatever the fuck it's called, for depression and take stuff for anxiety and all these other things. I'm like, that's what I get from cannabis, and I have tested the theory out because like I haven't had any money lately, so I ain't been able to buy weed like I typically buy weed if I had an income or money coming in. So like I took a break, and then yesterday I ate an edible, and I saw the difference within the way I communicated with my kids. I moved out the house. I communicated with myself, the calmness and not being so overwhelmed by what's transpiring on this 3D realm. So I was like, okay, you don't want to smoke. I need to get back into making my edibles. Let's consume the weed instead, because smoking isn't good for your lungs. But FYI. So to me, that's one of the tools I use is cannabis. I've been tapping into shrooms, the psychedelics, to help heal my inner wounds. Dead ass. I have felt my root chakra align itself. The feeling felt like a warm, tingling sensation in the area where the root chakra is located, and it was just so random. But when I felt it, I was like consumed with love and warmth, and it's so crazy because what I was thinking about at the time, I was releasing and forgiving someone and sending them love, and it basically consumed me. So that's how I know what that felt like. I'm looking forward to seeing what the other chakras feel like when they become harmonized. Now, just because it became harmonized doesn't mean that it's fully aligned or that I don't still have root chakra traumas to work on healing. It just means that I'm more aware. So when those triggers are brought up, I'm able to address them more quickly versus me throwing a temper tantrum and being mad for months or years at a time about some shit that I can easily let go in that present moment. So those are two of the tools that I use. My skill sets: learning emotional intelligence, learning to be intuitive, knowing, okay, I haven't had sunlight. Let me go out and get some sunlight. I haven't went out and grounded myself by actually putting my feet in dirt or grass. Let me go do that. It's time for me to take a spiritual bath, knowing when I'm off. So those are just 3 of the tools and skills that I utilize. What about you? So yesterday, I don't think I shared this with the flock, but for the new moon, I ended up fasting from like sunset Sunday. It was like 8 p.m. I think to yesterday afternoon. It was probably around 1 or 2. I fasted, so I didn't do anything but drink water and tea. And I did it with the intention of like clarity and answers. It's so funny because I think when I did my last video and told y'all about my house being in foreclosure, I was wearing this shirt. So now that I'm wearing it again, all this time later is funny. But so I disclosed to y'all about the house being in foreclosure and how I was gonna like send letters off and start executing on what I've learned about consumer laws and stuff. So I sent my first letter, and the mortgage company sent a letter back and was like, "Oh, give us 30 days." However, my house is still posted on like auction.com and Zillow as being foreclosed and being auctioned off on March the 7th. Now, faith is in this present moment still trusting God. Because it's like I've done all I can do at this point. And I have felt like harassed. Y'all, people got all my personal information. People been calling my cell phones, both of them. Like, they've been emailing me. People have been popping up at my house. Like, I really feel harassed. But with me fasting, and then I also smoked. I had like some roaches left, but I mixed it with some smokable herbs. I mixed it with calendula, and calendula helps with clarity and like helping you remember your dreams, and Damiana, and that helps with like keeping you calm. It's calming, and it helps with depression and anxiety. I did not expect to get the type of clarity I did, but I know it's based off how I fasted and then smoked it. But where was I going with this? Trusting God, being faithful, like in the midst, y'all. Like, I don't want y'all to feel like I don't get emotional about the situation, because I don't know what's about to happen. However, I'm faithful. I weigh the pros and cons on both ends of the spectrum. If all goes my way and I'm able to keep this property, and if I end up having to let it go, it's all working for my good. The good thing is I looked at it like, well, I've been here for 5 years. The house has served its purpose. I can't worry about what's gonna happen on March the 7th. And then I think after that, let's say I have 30 days to get out if it comes to that. So it's like, okay, well, you have until April the 7th. So I don't have to get out right now. So I don't have to be worried right now. Then on the other end of the spectrum, I'm like, if I do have to leave, thank God it's tax season. Of course, we know everybody gonna need refund checks. Even though the money was already yours, we just loaned them money. But I'm like, thank God you'll have money. So it's not like you're going to be ass out here. Then I have people around me, they don't know it yet, because I'm not even trying to speak that into existence, but I will have somewhere to go. So versus me being worried and consumed in this present moment, it's like, no, you did what you needed to do on this physical realm. God continues to give you signs and synchronicities, letting you know that I got you. It's time to trust me and that I got you. Really walk in that faith and see how this is going to play out. The other clarity that I got was being more balanced with my kids. Yeah, Simone, you've been on this spiritual journey, doing your spiritual baths, your meditations and stuff. But when it comes to your kids, how are you being balanced with them? So, again, I do everything, and yes, it's overwhelming. I do everything and I get no breaks. I'm head chef, I'm grocery shopper, I'm grocery put-upper, I'm dishwasher, clothes washer, clothes folder, bather, have to bathe everybody in the fucking house. Like, it gets very overwhelming. But that has nothing to do with my kids. So and I'm their teacher, so my kids not in school, so I homeschool them. So it's my responsibility to be abreast and keep them up on their education versus just sitting in the house watching TV or on some type of electronic device all day. So being more balanced with my time with them and being intentional about my time. So I don't know if you're tapping in, but I do story time with Simone. If you're on my personal page, it's on Simone's a Multi-Billionaire on Instagram. If you are on YouTube, it is /Mama Bone. And I've committed to reading 365 stories for this year with my kids. But I've had a couple of videos where I like raise my voice at them. I don't give a fuck what they doing. All I can do is control me. And I don't like that. So it came to me yesterday to be more intentional about gentle parenting, being as sweet as possible with my words when it comes to my kids, being as loving as possible. Love doesn't yell. Love doesn't hold on to anger, especially when it comes to innocent kids who have no idea that you overwhelmed by all the shit you're doing. All they know is this is my circumstance that I'm in. That's my mommy, the person that's supposed to be taking care of me, and look how she is or isn't reacting. I also noticed yesterday, and all this came to me yesterday, that immediately when that clarity came to me about being more gentle with my kids, I saw the difference in them immediately. And it's not, I don't want y'all thinking that I be here being mean to my kids, yelling at them. I think even on here I've said, like, do you want a whooping? A real parent that whoop their kids not gonna ask their kids if they want a whooping. Just let me put that out there. So no, it's not like I sit in this bitch beating their ass. That's not what's going on here. But I noticed how when I changed my tone with them last night, their tone changed, the way that they reacted changed, and it made me feel so good. So it's like being able to see a fault or something I deem as a fault or something that I can work on or something that's not as unconditional as I need it to be, being able to see that and then changing it immediately. And of course, it's like I might have my slip-ups, but being intentional about continuing to walk in that change. That just made me feel so good yesterday. So that's why I'm on here as early as today. I don't think I've ever been this early. So now I'm about to continue to try and get up and do this before the kids wake up. So I don't have to be yelling at them to be quiet or can y'all get out or not do this. No, if I can control anything, I can control the time I get up and serve y'all, serve us. So that's why I'm here. Like, that made me feel so good about that clarity. In regards to the house, again, like, I wanted to share that because I know I'm not the only person that has gone through this, going through this, or will go through this. But being present, it makes no sense for me to live in March or April and we're still in February. I have so much faith in God. I know that I serve a miraculous God. I know the signs that are coming from me, to me from God, and I'm trusting Him. Either way it goes, it's going to work out for my good. I don't serve a lacking God. I don't serve a God who intentionally wants you to suffer. So I know it's working for my good, and I really have nothing to be stressed out about. So today, be present. I encourage you that whatever you're going through, weigh the pros and cons on both ends of the spectrum, and then be intentional about your faith in God and trusting Him. Because what's done is done. What's done is done. I think I made a status the other day, and what was it? No man can undo what God has deemed done. And I truly and wholeheartedly trust Him. Every day I wake up, I'm grateful for the minute. I got all 10, 20 of my fingers and toes. I can get out my bed. Y'all, was a time where I was so big and uncomfortable that like I had to roll out the bed and my back hurt. So it took me time to slowly get up, and to sit on the toilet I had to go down slowly because I was having back problems. And now I've lost so much weight that I'm running around this bitch. And that's just me looking at the things where I'm grateful for. I've been telling myself or wanting to be able to give to people on a public platform without being insecure or questioning myself. And now I'm doing that. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I had the ability to use my words, and my kids had the ability to use their ears to hear for me to be able to do story time with Simone. Y'all have no idea how long story time with Simone has been on my heart. Like, ever since Kaden was probably 3 or 4. And I'm finally executing it in this year. So I'm like, all things that are happening the way it happened, I can't help that my job let me go. But I'm not going to mope about it. I got unemployment for what, 4 or 5 months, and you have to submit what jobs you apply to when you get unemployment. Well, at least in the state of Georgia. So every week for 4 or 5 months, I had to submit a minimum of 3 jobs. That don't mean that's all I applied for, but just a minimum of 3 jobs. I haven't heard back from any job. That's not a coincidence. As intelligent as I am, as much experience that I have, as educated as I am, that's not a coincidence. So I'm trusting God, because God, like, Simone, it's not like you trying to work a traditional 9 to 5 anyway. I know your intention behind why you want to homeschool your kids and keep your kids with you versus putting them in school. So all things are working for your good. The way I'm about to make money, I'm going to be able to make it with my kids right by my side and not feel like they're a hindrance or that this job needs to come first before me caring for my kids. Unfortunately, this is the predicament that I'm in, me being by myself at this moment. So I have to make do. I have to look on the bright side, and that is what I'm doing. Like, I'm tired of being petty or moping or being sad about shit. I could literally die tomorrow. And imagine if I'm worried about something that could possibly happen in March or April. So be present today. So I was so thankful. And that was one of my last conclusion or clarity that came to me is presentness. We talked about you are sad when you're pondering on the past, and worried when you're pondering on the past, or anxious and worried when you focus on the future. No. This present moment, I got food, clothes, heat, water. If I want to get off this bitch and go back to bed, I can go and do that. And I'm so grateful for it. So I'm not sure who that's for, who I'm encouraging, but it gets better, love. And you're exactly what you're supposed to be experiencing, exactly what you're supposed to be experiencing. And I'm so grateful because my faith wasn't always this strong. I have a history of getting cold sores on my lips. I think it's like HSV1, and it comes when I'm extremely stressed out. Y'all, I haven't gotten a cold sore. Let's say it's been so long that I don't even remember, but let's just say 6 months, going on damn near a year at this point. And that's based off me doing that inner work and being able to manage my stress levels. So even with going through all this, yes, I have my moments where I break down and cry and ask God for help and to guide me, but then I quickly bring myself back to the present moment and gather my thoughts and emotions, because again, I trust him. I trust what's happening and what's going to happen and where he's taking me. I trust him. So be present, y'all. Fast. I asked y'all what y'all manifesting, what's the intentions y'all setting with this new moon. We talked about how the energy of the new moon is felt 3 days before and 3 days after. So you have about a 7-day time frame of working with the moon's energy, whether it's a new moon or a full moon. And the intentions that I set was to continue to be present, ask for balance in my life. When a job and the money and the husband and all that does come, me still being able to be balanced with myself, with my kids, with my sister, my family, and gentle parenting, being as sweet as possible with the way I communicate with my kids, with the way I tend to my kids. I don't know where it came from, but it's my tone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I'm abreast to that, so I'm working on it. And that just made me feel so good. And it's not about what others think you should be doing or how you should be doing something. It's about you coming to terms with something and wanting to fix it, pour into it, work on it, make it whole. We talked about there's always something to work on. Every relationship isn't a whole relationship. Every aspect of you isn't a whole aspect or fully executed. So it's always something you can be working on. And for me, those are my 3 things right now. And I'm very grateful that it came to me with my fast. It got me hyped about the next fast I'm about to do. Yeah. So that just made me feel so good. I hope I inspired you. I hope y'all are being present. Y'all aren't being worried. Y'all are being faithful. Give it to God. And see how he helps you. My quote that's on the wall, if it's God, it flows. If it's you, it's forced. And that's one thing, even with this home, like the whole foreclosure thing, I'm not going to be consumed about being on the phone with people all day long, trying to get in touch with a lawyer, trying to do this, constantly sending this off, responding this. I'm like, no. No, that's too much energy that I could be putting into something else. I put all that energy into applying for jobs and I haven't heard from anything. So it's like, it's God saying, sit down, I got you, I got this. Continue to be patient, divine timing. Because you are not going without. You have not gone without. Ashe, ashe. Give thanks for mustard seed faith. Give thanks for omnipotent faith. Y'all, and then the last thing before I pull y'all cards is, so after all that, after all the clarity, we like chilled, watched a couple of movies, and I love watching movies with them. I think I got a new thing coming up. Just stay tuned. But like we came upstairs and I grabbed my cards. It was like someone was like, Simone, pull some cards. But I ended up reading them some stories because they like bedtime stories as well. And I set the cards on the desk, so I had to read like 2 books and then read these articles that Quinton wanted me to read to him out of this little animal magazine. But I was about to get ready to go to sleep and not pull the cards. Why was Cairo like, play with the cards, pull the cards, pull the cards? I'm like, this can't be a coincidence. So I ended up pulling the cards. The first card that came out was balanced. But they kept like, the kids kept like playing with me. Let me touch the cards. Let me do this. I'm like, no. So I ended up pulling all the cards I wanted and took a picture in case like they fell or something. And I was like, I'm going to read what they mean or like analyze them or see what intuitive messages I get from the cards today. So I haven't even read them yet. But I'm like, as soon as I did that, pulled the cards, put it down, the kids went straight to sleep. So I'm like, Spirit's like, go ahead and pull these cards tonight because I want this to sit on your nightstand within your spirit. I want these to already be pulled before you even read them. But I'm like, for the first card that comes out to be balance, and I told you that was one of the things that I deduced or that came to me in my time of fasting and seeking clarity was balance. That's not a coincidence. I do not believe in coincidences. You should not believe in coincidences. Okay? So let me pull these cards to see what the message is for us today. Definitely gonna do tarot. So I'm gonna do 3 decks. The first deck I'm gonna pull from is my Mindful Message deck. Spirit, I'm near. I'm clear and ready to hear. What's the message the flock needs to know? Tell me, so. I'm supposed to be ordering, ain't it? That phone ain't even charged. Come through, Mozart. Y'all, 3 cards fell out. Anything y'all not do. Bottom of the deck. So at the bottom of the deck, we had inspiration board or vision board. We get this one a lot. It says, if I'm ever feeling down or bored, I spend time creating a vision board to place in my home. I fill it with quotes, pictures, and desires that bring me inspiration and joy. So this is just a friendly reminder to continue to look at those vision boards before you lay down at night, and the first thing you look at when you wake up in the morning. If you just got a break and you in your house, just look at it in the middle of the day to keep you present in regards to what you are visualizing, in regards to what you are manifesting. We're not just doing this work just because. We're doing it to heal ourselves so we can align with our manifestations more easily, effortlessly, and quickly. But balance came out. We was just talking about balance. Y'all. The scales, remember, my yacht, hard as light as a feather, harmony, balance. I surround myself with people I love and enjoy my time with them, but I also take time to nurture my relationship with myself. I have found a healthy balance between being with friends and having self-care time. I told y'all I'm working on my intuitiveness, and it's y'all see it coming through. Nurture. It's okay to want to stay home and be alone. I deserve days to myself, days to relax and simply be. I honor how I feel and take this day to do the things that feel nurturing to me. It's crazy because I got on here talking about how I need a break, but that's just not my reality right now. How I want to go and have time to myself without kids, having to care for other people, but that's not my reality right now. So I do what I need to do to get to the reality that I'm seeking, to get to be able to have those breaks, and then being able to incorporate certain things while I can. How I got up early today to be able to do this. If I need to get up earlier to sit in the tub to have that time, if I need to go outside by myself for a minute, being able to do that. Sneak off and hit the blunt to keep myself centered, then I need to do that versus being angry at my kids or angry at my situation. No, this is me being accountable me. And the last one was return to the body. When I'm caught up in a stressful moment, I can move my awareness to my body. Is my jaw clenched? My body tense? How is my posture? This helps me to see where I can relax and let go of tension. Now I can return to any situation more calm and present. More calm and present. Yesterday when I was going through that journey of finding clarity and getting the answers, it was me being intentional about my breath. Because even during that time, I was gaining clarity. I would question, like, I'm already nice enough to my kids. I'm already these. You know, it's easy to justify some shit when you're an adult or when it comes to you. But I had to accept it. It's like, you can be sweeter with your words. You can communicate a little nicer. Your tone can be a little more softer when you communicate with them. Yes, for me, it's a fine line with raising boys because I'm not a man. So still being able to be soft and stern with my boys. Finding that balance. But me focusing on my breath and being present with the foreclosure situation, with the job situation, with not having a break from the kids, with doing everything for the kids, for the house, like being present. Being present. Okay. This is, I think it's like my medicine woman deck. Yep. Medicine woman. So we got 3 cards. Eagle totem was at the bottom. Rise above to widen your vision. I've been seeing a lot of falcons. And falcons are signs from the spirit guides. Create a fire. Reveal your creative talent for an inspired life. And then spirit of fire. Shine your power unreservedly. Okay, let's see what these mean. Going right to this page. Spirit of fire. Shine your power unreservedly. Message. I am the spirit of fire, the creative principle. I am fire, gifted to humans by Prometheus to protect them from darkness. I am the spirit of west on the medicine wheel. I am the will of the wisp in the fireplaces, bringing warmth to your bones and soul. I am the fire in the sky, lighting up the night with my power, declaring my love to Mother Earth with a stroke of sublime lighting. I am the volcano, awakening together with your inner fire. I am light, the vibrant flame of your consciousness and candles, memories of your prayers. I am the fire of your libido, pulsating in your belly, the source of life and desire. I burn at midsummer against all prohibitions, revealing your ardent nature. Ardent nature. Guidance. This card invites you to awaken your fire, your powerful impulse of life. In times past, a flame burned constantly in the temple of the moon goddess, the essence of the feminine. Become that flame, light of fertility, once more. If you feel any doubts or the urge to give up, shine the light of your consciousness unreservedly and declare victory over the shadows. The spirit of fire in your reading also means it is time to rekindle the flame of burning desire, celebrating your life energy once more and saying yes to pleasure. Awaken the medicine. Call the spirit of fire to support you. What message is fire bringing you? To find out, dedicate a moment to this spirit. At home, perform a ritual to shine your power. Light 2 candles, one representing your fertilizing power and the other holding the flame of purification that removes all obstacles. Invoke the spirit of fire, entrusting it with your wish. Write down on a piece of paper every thought limiting that wish. Burn the paper. Then write a poem celebrating your talents. Give thanks. Give thanks. Display the poem in a light-filled spot. In nature, offer yourself to the warmth of the sun and feel how it warms your 3 hearts, the fires in your belly, heart, and consciousness. Awaken the solar woman and say a prayer for her. I love that. It's like, is the fire burning within you? I'm so faithful and so dedicated that it's a fire burning within me to not settle. For me not to just go and try and get a job anywhere. For me not to be overwhelmed by my current or 3D circumstances. I'm abundant in the 5D, in the spiritual. And now it is about to start overflowing and trickling in this realm. Watch my words. The eagle totem. Rise above to widen your vision. I'm the spirit of the eagle. I remind you that by rising above, you acquire a new and more spiritual point of view. Trust in your spirit. Keeper of the eastern door, the eagle is a messenger of creative spirit. He possesses the precious ability to fly up high to see clearly. Associated with the element of air, the eagle is majesty, but also a great warrior. He carries the qualities of vision and determination, which are indispensable to walking our spiritual path. An eagle's feather is a badge of honor, a sign of wisdom. His message: you are a spiritual being in a physical body. Spirit is everywhere. It is time to connect to the material to the spiritual. Y'all, why did I just say that before reading this card? Come through, Most High. Use me to show the flock what you can do. Use me to show the flock what you can do. Guidance. When the eagle appears in a reading, it is to invite you to widen your vision and acquire a new perspective. You may be assailed by worries of daily life weighing on you and are unable to see the bigger picture. Spread your wings. Fly high. The celestial world is speaking to you. Sometimes you need to leave gravity behind to feel the winds of freedom blowing through your life. You are much more than you think you are. Reconnect with your majesty and talk to the great winds, which entrust you with the keys of your destiny. Take flight. Contact your animal guide. Reaffirm your connection with divine realms for your material life and rise above. As above, so below. Y'all never asked me what my tattoo means. As above, so below. As within, so without. As my soul, so the universe. Feather ritual. Call upon the eagle spirit guide to receive messages from the great spirit. Pick up a feather with your left hand and connect to the skies. Consider your question clearly. Where would you like some insight? On what issue would you like a new perspective? Honor the element of air, the eagle symbol. Breathe in deeply and fill your lungs. Feel yourself becoming lighter. Space is opening up between your shoulder blades. Your wings are spreading out, and your spirit takes flight to the skies above. You are carried effortlessly on the air. Call for a wider vision and embrace the images that come to you. To close the ritual, say a prayer of gratitude and thank the spirit of the eagle. In your notebook, write down the messages you have received. Ashe. We should be journaling. You should be journaling. You should be listening to your root chakra meditation music every night as you sleep throughout the day if you're able to. That's how tapped in and present we're supposed to be. The last one is creative fire. Reveal your creative talent for an inspired life. Creativity reveals your soul path. We all have talents and resources just waiting to express themselves. A commanding creative impulse compels us to come out into the open, expose ourselves, and breathe our specific artistic perfume into the world to embellish it, to rekindle emotion and enchantment. This living river, which fertilizes the most exuberant forms, flows naturally through women. To be creative is also to know the art of initiating your life by perceiving all the possibilities inside you. In Native traditions, painting, dancing, and singing are principles of individual and collective regulation that keep a level of order in the community. Guidance. The time has come to warm your soul's psyche before the fire of your inner wild woman's creative force. Go deep into your belly and heart to find that woman. She will plant seeds in your life. To rekindle your creative inspiration, ask yourself what brings you to life. Dancing, poetry, singing, painting. You are invited to poetically and wildly inhabit your life, whispers analyst Clarissa Pinkaloa Estes. Whatever you are going through, you can receive transformation through the path of creation. Creativity brings profound liberation. Jump right in. Your medicine action. Be wild and cleanse the river. According to Clarissa, creative flow is in us. It is rarely dried up, but it can be polluted or contained. Creative practice. Light a candle and invoke the spirit of creative fire. Breathe in deeply. Connect to the matrix of the second chakra, 2 fingers below your navel, your reservoir of creative impulse, your uterine cave, where the primordial feminine energies reside. Ask your question. Perform a sensory meditation with cinnamon bark essential oil. Let an image, sentence, or thought come to you and let the creative current course through you. Sing, dance, write, and embrace life beating inside you. Stray off the beaten path and lose sight of the end result. You are unique. I love it. It's all aligned. Now let's see what tarot gonna give us. Spirit, I'm clear. I'm near and ready to hear. So we got the 2 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. Let's see. 2 of Wands, planning your future, making progress, activation, possibilities, the choice between your comfort zone and new adventures. You need to make a choice to really do that thing you want to do or not. You can dream it and envision it, or you begin to live it. You can dream it or envision it, or you can begin to live it. Planning and imagining can have us feeling like the observers of a dream, and our action is the only way to bring that dream to life. It's time to choose between the one that's cozily rooted in the place you already know, or the one that leans into exciting new possibilities. Take a deep breath. Because self-initiated change can be scary. The only way to take strides toward your goal is to make your move. Learn that thing, call that contact, make that decision. Non-action won't get you there and will likely have you feeling the angst of dreaming the dream instead of walking the talk. Use the fire energy of the wands to initiate your shift. The world is filled with opportunities for adventure, and I welcome them into my life with planned action. And then we have the 3 of Pentacles. Cooperation, community, teaching and learning, sharing and listening, teamwork. There is no limit to what you can manifest together. Working with others gives us with the opportunity to learn from one another and to blend energies to create something totally new. Look for conscious collaborators as mentors, apprentices, or both. Co-creating together for the good of the whole is a powerful magic, and this teamwork and community card calls you forth to add your unique essence to the bigger picture. Remember that your relationships are the base of your well-being. If you're having trouble with others, seek to align goals in order to cultivate peaceful unions. Mutually beneficial relationships place equal importance on each person's novel wisdom and way of being in the world. Regardless of the relational hierarchy, everyone has something uniquely enchanting to bring to the table. When life paths are entwined, strive to create harmonic states as you weave your way in and out of one another's paths, one another's days. Welcome people into your heart and open doors of possibility that didn't exist before. Affirm, I step into the vibration of conscious collaboration. I'm going to call it a pull. One more card from this deck and then about to wrap it up, y'all. Spirit, what's the last message? I'm talking about one more card and all these cards come out. We got the Emperor. This big daddy energy. Y'all, this what my divine masculine look like. Can y'all tell who it is? The Star card. The Two of Swords. And the Five of Wands. I don't feel like reading all these, so let me just get the gist of them. So we know when the Emperor shows up, the divine masculine, authority, power, a natural leader, structure, strategic and analytical thinking, taking action, or promotion could be near. The Emperor's message is one of the ambitions met and success found, often seen as the card of the divine masculine, the Emperor brings forth a desire to build a better world. One brick at a time. Use your mind as well as your heart and rise to power as you lead your own evolution. While becoming your own emperor means infinite possibility for your success, it also means addressing any issues you harbor around authority, control, and willpower. You may need to work your magic within the confines of establishment, but remember that the organizing principles of societies are fluid over time. Remain flexible and keenly aware of your own energetic boundaries and motives. Find opportunities to be of service to others as you build your empire. Step into this fiery energy of success and rise, sweet light seer. Embody confident, compassionate leadership and exercise sovereignty over your own reality. The world is yours. Affirm, I lead the circumstances in my world with confidence, harmony, and generosity. There go that harmony and balance again. Let's do the Five of Wands. I'm going to read all of them since I'm learning the cards, y'all. Even though I feel like my voice going out. Competition, conflict, ambition, challenge, being pushed by others to excel, brainstorming, mental jousting, adrenaline and aggression, surpassing limits, dynamic energy, and leveling up. A little rivalry can be a good thing. It can push us to become the very best version of ourselves and to move quickly than we would if we were alone. Allow opposition and challenge to help you to evolve your methods and to push beyond self-imposed limitations. If competition becomes unhealthy and you are experiencing the shadow side of conflict or ambition, it's time to take a step back and retreat from energies that are hindering your progress. Sometimes the need to be right or personal feelings around being questioned or challenged can interfere with the ability to see your path clearly. So you may need to fly solo for a bit in order to reevaluate your options. While clashing egos can slow everything down, they can also propel success. Choose to excel. Look for healthy competition or collaboration that inspires and motivates you. Learn from others and use competing energies as a way to enrich your experience. I support others and they support me, and we rise together in accelerated harmony. There's harmony again, and when we pulled the other card, it mentioned Collaboration, finding people in your community to work with, to lean on, to help teach and guide you. The next one is the Two of Swords. I'm almost finished. Thank you for being here for you. Hopefully a message comes out that's aligned for you, that helps guide you, that gives you the clarity that you were seeking. Two of Swords, stalemate, a crossword, roads. Making a difficult choice, opposing ideas or options, choosing the best route of action, memory, and thought. Have I showed y'all these cards? I'm sorry. I did show y'all these. You know that feeling of not knowing? It's time to make a choice. And it may seem like you're between a rock and hard place. If you can't decide which way to go, it's because you can't see the bigger picture yet. The Two of Swords is whispering that you must move in one direction. Close your eyes and listen to your internal guidance system for your map. If your intuition has fallen unusually silent, it's asking you to trust yourself and your ability to discern and decide. Even in blindness, you already know the best way forward. When you act, the future will reveal itself and it will help to move you toward your dream. Have faith that the universe is serving you the right experience. At the crossroads of duality, your analysis and overthinking will just get you buried in the quicksand of a million possible endings. So find peace of mind by trusting your judgment. When blinded by the unknown, I can trust myself to move toward the light. Y'all, that's for me. That's for me. Is it for you? And the last one is the Star card. Expectations fulfilled, wishes granted, opportunities, healing after traumatic events, knowing you are on the right path, inspiration, renewed hope. Sink into the dreamlike inspiration of the star. She sends a message of divine timing and renewed hope, and she guides you to reach for that string of serendipity and faith. Your future is increasingly bright and you are blessed by the universe. Your core purpose is beginning to bubble at the surface of your reality. And your biggest path is intrinsically tied to your biggest missions and brightest opportunities for expansion. Step into a path of fulfillment and happiness with starlight to guide you. Allow your innate essence to shine through any residual darkness right now. Uncover any limiting beliefs or self-doubt that you are holding on to. Find the courage to voice any unexpressed emotions. And release every bit of outgrown energy that is anchoring you to the past. It is time to release and ascend. As you let go, you will focus on the future and you will find your biggest source of inspiration and love. The stars are aligning in your favor and it's time to trust them. Affirm, I expect miracles. I expect miracles. Why won't things work out for me? Why won't things work out for me? Why won't things always work out for my good? All things are working for my good, all days and always. I expect miracles. I serve a miraculous God. I hope I inspired you. I hope I influenced you. I hope I encourage you to continue moving forward, to continue being present, and to not allow these current circumstances to depress you, to overwhelm you, to suffocate you. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Thank you for being here for you. Thank you for showing up with me. Thank you for healing and journeying with me. I'll see you tomorrow.